Now, in other news, the German Chancellor Angela Merkel is in Washington today for what is likely to be her final official visit to the White House. Lots of issues on the table today when she sits down with President Joe Biden. They include the pandemic, the rise of China, and Russia's Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline, which is opposed by the United States. Well, to discuss, I'm joined on the line by our Foreign Affairs Chief Editor, Rob Parsons. Rob, this is the first visit by a European leader to Washington since Joe Biden took office. And for many in Europe, it will bring a degree of relief, won't it, after the Trump years?
Absolutely, no question about that. It is a measure of the respect that the United States considers Germany and Angela Merkel, that she has become the first EU leader to visit the United States since Joe Biden took office. But it comes at a really important time, because there's no doubt that the Trump years were filled with rancor, and certainly on the part of Angela Merkel, a degree of contempt towards Donald Trump, who she believed was undermining not just the transatlantic relationship, but democracy itself, not just in the United States either, but around the world. So, it's a really important moment for them to put a check on that and look forward and see where they can cooperate. And there's no doubt, too, that the United States would like Germany to do more than it is at the moment. It would like something approximating a partnership in leadership with Germany, which it regards as its most important ally. Certainly Joe Biden regards as the United States' most important ally. Whether or not he will get that commitment from Germany is another matter, because Germany over the last decades has been reticent about taking on a more prominent leadership role, although it has gradually over the years began to accept that there's no way out of it for Germany, given its importance, the size of its economy and its leadership role in the European Union. But these are issues which are positive. That Joe Biden and Angela Merkel are on the same page. They've known each other for a long time. So this is an entirely different relationship, one in which they both share the importance of the transatlantic relationship and of multilateralism.
Lots of issues in common then, Rob, but it's likely not to all be plain sailing when they sit down today.
No, I think that's perfectly true, because the problems between the United States and Germany, and to a lesser degree the United States and the European Union, predate Donald Trump. You only have to remember the scandal over the alleged phone tapping by the NSA of Angela Merkel's telephone, the disagreements over Guantanamo Bay, disagreements over Iraq, disagreements about what Germany's contribution should be to NATO. The United States for a long time very angry that Germany, as a major power and a major economy, was not spending more, was not even spending the 2% of GDP on NATO that was required by the agreement. So there are lots of issues, and there are relatively new ones as well. How should the relationship, for instance, develop with China? Germany has a massive trading relationship with China, worth something in the region of 250 billion US dollars, which is pretty much a 50-50 relationship as well. As much goes from Germany to China as vice versa. That's quite unusual, and the Germans are not keen to give that up. So there's a difference in philosophy about how you should treat China. Should you engage? Or should you take the approach that the United States is adopting, which is more hostile? And on the question of Russia as well, although there is a degree of convergence there is a big difference over the issue of the Nord Stream pipeline, gas pipeline coming from Russia to Germany. The Americans have long made clear their opposition on that, although Joe Biden not long ago dropped sanctions on the Russian company building the pipeline as a gesture, I think, both to Russia and the relationship with Vladimir Putin, and to Germany, which it needs as a strong ally. So there are quite clearly big differences there, but the wider philosophy is one of convergence at the moment, but a lot of concern on both sides, and in particular in Germany, that although Joe Biden is a man they can deal with now, who Angela Merkel sees completely eye to eye with, What does the future hold is the question that many Germans are asking. What comes after Joe Biden? What happens if Joe Biden does badly, if the Democrats do badly in the midterm elections? Will we be back to square one? Those are the big concerns of the moment.
Rob Parsons, our chief foreign editor there. Thank you very much indeed.